Season 1, Episode 3, it was the most controversial story arc of The Last of Us. Some people loved it, some people hated it, but Nick Offerman wants to see more of it. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. And Nick Offerman, the actor who plays Bill in The Last of Us, wants to return. He was speaking to Deadline about possibly reprising his role as Bill in The Last of Us. Now, we know The Last of Us Season 2 is set to film later this year. It's going to be released in 2025, and it looks like Nick Offerman wants some part in that now, whether it be some sort of flashback, sequel, prequel, we don't know, but Nick Offerman says he's got a bunch of ideas of how his character Bill, and of course Frank, can remain in The Last of Us TV series. So this is what Nick Offerman had to say regarding the return of Bill and Frank. He says, quote, "It certainly has been pitched. I think we pitched a whole mini-series of a prequel of their lives before they met each other. It could be a musical. We're not short on ideas. We'll just see what Craig Mazin and fellow producer Neil Druckmann come up with," end of quote. I mean, he's talking about pitching this and pitching that. I think the only thing that was pitched was tents in each other's fucking shorts when they met. I don't think we need any more Bill and Frank. It was purely an episode in The Last of Us just to push LGBT, just to push an agenda, and it did take away from the series. We were only 3 episodes in, and they threw in this gay filler episode, and not only that, it ruined, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the game. When Joel and Ellie arrive at Frank's compound, that part of the game was fantastic. It was so funny. Frank and Ellie interacting, the dialogue was great, the jokes were great, but in the TV series we don't get any of that. Joel and Ellie don't even meet Bill and Frank, at least when they were still breathing. So I think the show did an absolute blunder by not having that moment from the game. But Craig Mazin did comment on this, and he shut down the idea, making it clear that Bill and Frank won't be returning in flashbacks in a spin-off prequel or anywhere else. Mazin said, quote, "I'm very proud of the episode we did with Bill and Frank, but there won't be any more Bill and Frank. Nick was joking about a prequel. That was kind of a joke. We are happy with what we achieved. We are very happy," end of quote. So Craig Mazin here shutting down any potential rumours, any potential ideas of more Bill and Frank content. And I've got to agree, if we're going to get anything from The Last of Us, if we're going to get any sort of sequel or a prequel, it can't be Bill and Frank. Nobody wants Bill and Frank. We didn't want it in the series, and we don't want an additional spin-off. Right now, I would just focus on trying to do a good main show, and then if it is successful, if it finishes well, then potentially later on, you can look at doing another one, you can look at doing a prequel or a sequel, but I don't think it should be Bill and Frank. I think there's lots of different characters that they could try and flesh out, lots of different gaps they could try and fill. I mean, there's literally a 28-year time jump between in the game after the death of Sarah. Perhaps you could do something with that and show us how Joel survived, how he coped, how he fell out with Tommy, how they grew apart, how he got in a relationship and into business with Tess. I would much rather see something like that with Joel and Pedro Pascal than to see Bill and Frank, you know, get down and dirty underneath some bed sheets. That's my opinion. Let me know your down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.